You're right. There is room to deal here.
That means you don't have a case.
You know, what I do have is a scared and not so smart hitman. But he is smart enough to know that his only shot of taking the death penalty off the table is to tell me who hired him. You care to roll the dice on him?
I repeat, what do you want?
I want to return to sanity, Dorian. I want, for example, I really want Langston Lyle to feel safe and secure again.
That's exactly what I want.
Good.
But Clint is the one who threatened her.
And you responded in kind. Do you know, thanks to... I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go on, talk about all the things you did wrong. We could be here for days. So, I just want to put things back to the way they were when everything was working out well for everybody involved.
You mean like before Clint hired a murderer to steal my daughter away from me?
No, I mean back. Let's way before that. Back before you stole Clint's company from him. I'll drop the charges if you drop CE.
This thing with Adriana, it isn't just about me, Bo. Rex. I want Shane to know Rex for who he really is, like Matthew knows you. And if she gets in there and she starts...
Gigi. You want Shane to know his father. So does Balsam. So it'll happen.
Man, do I want to believe that.
You know, in the movies, the rings just always slide right off. Yeah. Here.
Please keep it.
I don't need it. I don't need a ring to remember the two of us.
Neither do I.
Think this is cute?
No.
Neither do I.
Sarah? Do you think Christian got to see Vanessa?
He promised he would. And Christian always keeps his promises.
Thank you for this.
Well, I wanted you to know that we're taking good care of her till you get out of here.
Well, maybe you haven't noticed, but you're in here too.
They'll let me out in a couple of hours.
So again, I have to thank you and tell you that you didn't have to do this.
Well, I did promise Lola that I'd make sure you were okay.
Tell her I am.
Would I be lying?
I don't know. You know, I'm so worried about what I've done, how it's going to affect her.
I think Lola's a strong kid. She sure loves you.
I love her too. You know, I don't think anyone's going to believe this. But as much as I hated Ray, that's not why I shot him. He's an animal. He would have done something terrible to Lola. And you know what? I don't think he would have stopped there.
Am I hearing you correctly?
I think so. You relinquish the company. You give it right back to the Buchanans, and all the charges against you will just go away.
Is this ethical?
Since when have you been worried about ethics?
They'll cut you to shreds. You'll be disbarred.
Well, your concern for my well-being is very overwhelming. Much like the case that I could build against you.
Now, if you had a case, you'd be prosecuting it. You don't have a case because you know very well what will happen. My team of lawyers will wipe the floor with you. They will point out things like, oh, I didn't shoot the guy, and I never knew or heard of the person who did.
Yeah, but John McBain will testify that he saw your guy pointing a gun at Montez, and if it weren't for his quick thinking and excellent aim, there would have been a murder.
He stopped that because I was the one who saw the gun and I screamed. I put my life on the line trying to prevent a crime. I am innocent. And I will keep my company.
There were also the 2 meetings with Jackie McNaughton.
We were talking about his rehabilitation. He's trying to turn his life around. Call him in, he'll corroborate it. Oh, that's right, you can't call him in because you don't know where he is.
This case isn't gonna go to trial for a year. That year. We're gonna find Jackie McNaughton, and he will roll on you.
Why don't you do it?
I think you did something terrible. And then I think you changed your mind and tried to stop it. And I also believed you were pushed into doing it.
By Clint.
Who was pushed into doing it by you. You see, I really don't give a damn about you, Dorian. And Clint was staggeringly, unbelievably wrong in what he did. But who I do care about is Langston. And I do care about the Buchanan family. And I do care about everybody who's going to suffer if this ridiculous feud between you and Clint goes on and on and on. So here's the deal. I'm giving you the opportunity to set things back, to rewind time, and to put things back the way they should be.
You mean?
And this is a one-time only offer. It's off the table in 10 minutes.
You're the best girlfriend a guy ever had.
Until I wasn't. You know, let's not talk, Rex. Let's just make a quick exit. You know.
Sorry to barge in, but the ambulance is here.
Good. That's good. Why don't you get Rex ready, and I'll tell them that you'll be right out.
Bo, could you do that? I'll be right back. Adriana.
What?
I just wanted to thank you for letting me stay here last night and for stepping back.
You don't have to thank me. I did it for Rex.
Well, I don't really care why you did it. I'm still, grateful.
Giving Rex a divorce. You better treat him right, or I'll fly back here and flatten you.
Fair enough. But just so you know, I won't be sucker punched again. Got it?
Adriana and I are getting a divorce.
Wow. Guess you two must have had some talk.
She talked. I mainly listened.
Wow, again. How do you feel about it?
Guilty. But she's right, it's time.
Right.
It simplifies things, too. Like me figuring out how to be Shane's father. I'd be grateful if you have any pointers on the subject.
Absolutely. Of course, I'm not sure I really have the hang of it yet.
Could have fooled me.